Hello, this is Scotty Wilson. This is just a reading of my poem, my prose, some concerning my book Tempest, and others just random. First, I'll read the ones concerning my book Tempest. First one is called The Shadow Priest of Murik. The Shadow Priest of Murik, created January 13th, 2014, at 1:26 a.m. In ages past there was an uprising in the shadows of Murik. Some of the priests saw Movak as cruel and selfish. They wanted to revere the shadow at a distance, so they did. They became men and women of the cloth and forbid the use of magic linked to Movak. They shunned the politics of the world and their city and its ways. They burned sacrifices no more and mastered the darkness of the mind. Their mind could melt somewhat in two. Some say it was Devlin himself who inspired this uprising within Ebony Tower. They spread all across Ascadia, setting up camps and temples, letting no one into their order. Why would priests be so aloof? The Shadow Priest simply responded, the shadow will rise again in the west. The next poem is called The Prose of Darken, the Dark Wizard, Darken. And it was made November 7th, 2013 at 12:13 a.m. In the embassy of the world, a base jungle aspect. Villages and even smaller communities of loose-knit couplings dotted the landscape in every nook and cranny of the world. The humans lived in peace all over, and the elves and orcs waged war, mostly human. Mostly humanity clinging to the south, for the rest of the world was unstable yet beautiful. In King Ascadia's company there was a wizard of purest wisdom and greatest power. He was known throughout the king's empire for his powers of the mind, even though he was known to make pacts with the demon world. He has an unhealthy respect for that world and the entities within. He believed power was a neutral pursuit, neither good nor evil, neither bad nor justified. One night a black drake disguised as a devil, a humanoid demon, attacked a village nearby. The party took up arms, except for Darken, who spoke with it telepathically. It seduced him with promises of power. He then turned to King Ascadia and others. Not much later the black drake revealed its folly and returned to the Tempest, as were Fomog's orders. King Ascadia knew of Darken's telepathy, an ability no other wizard had. Sora, the first Felgen priestess who was with him, crafted an amulet that would nullify telepathy. She accidentally made an amulet that makes the ones who put it on immune to all magic, but they come down with a powerful sexual disease that is supernatural in origin. Darken was branded the first apostate wizard, and much later would exceed even that namesake. The next, rightfully so, is The Prose of Fomog, and it was created November 6, 2013 at 1:55 a.m. There in the realm of dreams, before time was time, before the workings of the mind was complete, Aeon made happen the dragons of old, their ways kept only among themselves. Many flew free in this world, forever they would, until Fomog started to question the way of things. He knew of a world outside his, one that was more free, one of man. The other dragons feared Fomog, for he was the biggest and most powerful of them. Fomog feared no one. In the darkest corners of his mind, Fomog feared the unknown, this forbidden world. Aeon decreed that no dragon set foot in the mortal world. It would cause calamity. Fomog laughed at this and secretly sent black drakes out into the world to attack villages. For only villages existed. Aeon knew this and cast Fomog into a realm which can only be penetrated by the blackest of magics. The other dragons cheered as the great Fomog was banished out of the Tempest and into the unspeakable realm. Fomog would forever be Movac, the end pursuer. A wave of discord hit the natural world of man, and Fomog was no more a dragon than anyone now. He was hate. He was Movac, the unquenchable end pursuer. And these are my other runes. Let's see. This is the snake. Created November 5th, 2013 at 7:12 a.m. Upon the altars rises the smoke of the ancients. A young girl is laid upon it with many makings. The gods say she must die. She does not care to question why. They look up in the sky. All they need to do is look inside. But a beast comes from the fabled trees of ancients. Smoke rises from altars, burning infants. A corrupt people of mysticism and science to this world was sent. The snake comes by to swallow them, killing them the one holding the sacrificial knife. The snake smiles and hisses forth, laughing at the people, for it wants nothing more than to topple their steeples. Once great people forged in self-betrayal and blood. The corpses begin to rise in vengeance and start to sud. As they do, the sun turns black, chanting the name of the snake as they attack. The village is put to the torch, and all men and women raped by the snake behind. The snake lives on. The snake is time. And here's another one. This is called Weakness, and it was created July 22nd, 2013 at 12:35 p.m. My weakness is an all-consuming monster, full of dread. It hides well in my head. It attacks others with malice and hate. Every second that ticks by feels like it is too late. Can you hear them laughing, their teeth sharpened to fangs? The poor missentenced man begins to swing as he hangs. And this one is called Wish. It was created July 8th, 2013 at 10:45 p.m. The reason I love you is you make me smile. Let's enjoy each other's company for a while. Let's kiss a while and make it last, making love on the fresh spring grass. If I could have one wish, it would be to be with you forever. Will I ever hurt you? Never. You are as sweet as the sweetest things to compare. To be without you is to be on a long journey nowhere. If I could have more wishes, they would be to give you all the wishes you would ever need. And the last one is called Vicious Circle. And it was created February 7th, 2013 at 1:41 a.m. As daylight fades, a new day makes its way inside of me. Can you see the dark? And it circles around all life, in the midst of strife, turning people into animals, and animals into people. People's souls drown in candle, for all is lost in a land that is lost. Fire cancer caked in frost. Disposable light in the midst of the edge. For what it's worth, the circle fades. For what it's worth, the circle fades. Alchemy of the grand design. Turn back the tables of time. For there once was a time, and then that I'd like to go back there again. Shout like a madman, kill them all. For it's a boast of a madman. For what it's worth, it's your call. Can you see the light fade around the circle? For what it's worth, vicious land abound. For what it's worth, I hear too many sounds. Circle, circle, it fades but does not falter. It fades upon the altar. Grey matter surrounds the leaves of fall, making sure to punish us all. Leaves fall to surround the ground. Rake them fast or ruin the ground. Circle, it's vicious and true. With or without you, fade. And there's one I missed. Let's see if I can find it. This one's called Cyclops on the Hill, and it was created July 22nd, 2013 at 12:46 p.m. There lived a Cyclops on the hill who judged everyone with one eye. He never knew how, but he tried. It was with one eye that he told others how to change, when it was he who was misshapen and deranged. One day others came to him to ask his view. He hastily told them he never knew. He was simply a Cyclops living on a hill that he barely knew how to fill, that nothing seemed real. Through one eye, they constantly cried. And a little backstory on these poems. Shadow Priest of Murica is about the Shadow Priest in my story Tempest, simply put. And the Prose of Darken, simply put, is about Darken the Dark Wizard in my story who lived a long time. And the Prose of Fomog is about the God of Death in my story Tempest, who was once a dragon. And the Snake is about the Mayans or the Aztecs. And Weakness is about what it says. And Wish is a love poem I wrote my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend. And Vicious Circle is about the animal cruelty that I see taking place in this town I live in. And Cyclops on the Hill is about people that are overly judgmental. And that's it. Thank you.